Hello students! Today we're going to talk about women and men and how they compete in sports. And feel free to put your comments below if you think that it's okay for a man to compete in women's sports after they have transitioned and said that they are now a woman. To me, it doesn't make any sense, considering someone like Lance Armstrong was stripped of all of his medals for doping back in the day because he took extra drugs to make himself stronger and better able to compete. And now we have people who have penises who are competing in different races against women. And we all know that men are born biologically stronger than women. They have a bigger ability to pump blood through their bodies. They have bigger lungs. They have longer arms and bigger hands, bigger feet. So whether the person is a swimmer or a runner or any other kind of sport that involves strength and the ability to go far distances, such as cycling, I do not think it is fair at all to allow men to compete in women's sports. Now, you might think to yourself, what does this have to do with veganism? Well, everything has something to do with veganism, because veganism is about the truth. And if we can't tell the truth, we are never going to have a vegan world. The truth is that it makes absolutely no sense to allow men to compete with women in women's sports. And everybody knows that as a fundamental. You all know it. Everybody's just playing this game because they think that they will be canceled. They will be called transphobic. But eventually, I'm hoping that sanity will prevail, as we are when it comes to the animals and the way that they are treated. People have such a hard time believing the truth, which is that factory farmed animals are treated terribly, and even if they were treated beautifully, it would still be wrong to rape an animal, force them to be pregnant, steal their babies, steal their milk, steal their eggs, steal their lives. And to me, these things go hand in hand. If you can't see what's going on, we are never going to progress as a society. And right now, it's honestly pretty scary how far we have turned around and gone back into the dark ages, where people cannot even express themselves at all, and they cannot tell the truth. And I find it very bizarre that when women come out and say that they think it's unfair that they had men competing in their sports, find it weird that this is considered to be a brave thing to do. Talking is not brave. Talking is just saying the truth. There's nothing brave about saying, this makes no sense. Let's use logic. Let's look at facts. There's nothing that involves bravery in that regard. And yet people are saying about these women who are coming out and saying they think it's not fair. They're saying these people are brave. Let me tell you what brave is. Brave is when you put your own life on the line for someone else. And that is exactly what happens with the brave women and men who go into factory farms and save the animals. Or those who are on the streets holding signs and telling the truth about what happens and trying to get people to watch the important documentaries. Those people are brave because those people are actually physically attacked. If you would like to know about what goes on in Australia with my friend Andy, who is doing constantly some public protests quietly, passively, just showing signs, and he has people kicking over his signs, just images of where the food comes from. That is an example of bravery. Bravery is not just talking. Bravery is doing something and risking your own safety. So, once again, to sum up, I'll say that I think that men have no place in women's sports. They should not be allowed to go into women's washrooms unless they actually look like a woman. And that's a completely different subject, because one of them is just about being normal and just going into a washroom. As long as you look the part, nobody's going to bother you. This is not a transphobic thing. It just kind of makes sense. If you're a trans person and you're transitioning and you look like a man still, you can go in the men's washroom. You're looking more like a female, go in the women's washroom. It's not a big deal. Nobody's going to hassle you. Nobody cares. But stay the fuck out of women's sports, you men. If you guys are watching and you have a strong opinion about this, let me know. If you're an athlete who feels that things have gone out of control, let me know. If you disagree with me, let me know. Thanks for being here. And coming up on screen are going to be a bunch of other videos. Click on them. Be curious, subscribe to this channel. There's over 2,100 videos and they're coming up right now. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.